Live from Studio 6 here in downtown Winnetachie, Washington, USA. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, 17th day of November. It's a Thursday, and it's good to see you 1 week from Thanksgiving. As a matter of fact, it is 30 degrees outside of our studios. An hour ago it was 30 degrees. At midnight it was 30 degrees. At 12:30 yesterday afternoon it was 30 degrees. Yesterday's high, 31. Yesterday's low, 29. We did it again. Back-to-back days where we had very little temperature, if any, temperature variation. The clouds simply would not go away. I mean, they were persistent. The clouds and the fog. That 31 is cold. It's supposed to be at 43. Gonna see some changes starting today. Supposed to see a little bit more sunshine. We can already tell that the clouds are not quite as dense as they were the last couple of days, so we're in for a little bit of a break there. Also, it's going to be a little breezy. A little wind out of the north is going to help scour out the skies. No big wind. It's going to be pretty windy out in the Columbia Basin, out in the Moses Lake area, but we're not going to see too much wind, but it will help blow some of the clouds out. We're in for quite a bit of sunny and cold days ahead of us before things get a little active next week. For Thanksgiving, forecast details are coming up, plus we'll have the news. In sports, the Wenatchee Wild have a nice little winning streak going. They won last night, beat the Silverbacks, but the Gonzaga men got hammered. Worst loss that they've had, I think, in something like 8 years. Lost to Texas. Highlights, if you will, of that. And in the back half of the program, you're getting to the last chances now to see the Wenatchee High School, the Wenatchee School District's all-district musical, SpongeBob SquarePants. They're going to do it again tonight, Friday, with 2 shows on Saturday, a matinee and the evening show. So there's just 4 shows left. The second run begins tonight. So we're going to replay the interview I did with Paul Atwood, Savannah Webb, and Gabe Kimmel. And it's Thursday. Pause for Pets. Oakland the dog needs a home. After a 2-week hiatus, Pause for Pets is back. 2 minutes after the hour, I think we're going to have some better cameras to look at today than we've had in the last few days, simply because I think we got more to see, as opposed to the clouds and the fog that have been hanging pretty low. It's been a raw couple of days, hasn't it? It's felt more like January and February than November, but here we go. Anytime you're ready, Captain, let's fire those babies up. He's got to put a quarter in to make it work. Yeah, we can actually see Birch Mountain this morning. Couldn't yesterday. That camera's panned out a little bit. Quite a bit of information there. And the snow is receding little by little in the upper areas. Don't forget now, Mission Ridge opens this weekend. Not the whole mountain, not all the runs, but most of them, and that's good enough for you skiers and snowboarders out there. Good morning to the valley. Sunrise still not here yet, 7:08. Sunset tonight, 4:23. That's 9 hours and 15 minutes of daylight. The second camera, as chosen by the good captain, will take us up to, that's got to be Badger. Covered in snow on the wheat. A little jittery there. That's Wenatchee, way off in the distance, in the foothills of Wenatchee. Of course, because of the lay of the land, you can't really make out much of East Wenatchee. The bench kind of hides that, and I don't know why it's doing that. The camera, it's somewhat disconcerting, but good morning to the valley. And again, we can see a lot more than we were able to over the last 48 to 72 hours. Camera number 3. It is off to see Lake Chelan. I want to say either Bear Mountain or the Butte, but I'm going to go with Bear Mountain. The camera up there. It's the Bear Mountain camera. Good morning to Chelan. There's a little bit of Manson off in the distance. And again, we can see a lot more than we were able to just a few days ago. Looking forward to lots of sunshine. It hasn't happened. But again, the trade-off is going to be pretty cold temperatures, well below normal. In fact, we're going to see overnight lows in the teens. The overnight lows have been nice because we've had that cloud cover. 29 was the overnight low yesterday. It's going to be a good 10 degrees colder overnight tonight and early Friday morning. And finally, camera 4. Camera 4. Oh, yeah. Off to the Omi Gardens camera looking at Rocky Reach Dam. A little bit of the Baker Flats industrial area hanging around there. And off on to Lake Chelan we go from our Omi Gardens camera. And good morning to Rocky Reach Dam. Good stuff this morning from the captain. Did I put a slide in? I can't remember. Captain, did I? I did. Oh, it's about mountain. Yes, okay. Mountain Pass travel impacts for next week. Not looking too bad. They are expecting some snow on Stevens and on Lookout, but on Wednesday, the big travel day for I-90, going to be more of a rain-snow mix. Really not going to be too bad. Tuesday is going to be the most difficult travel conditions. Now, they are expecting snow in the upper elevations, but not too much. Not too much. Some light snow on Monday, slightly heavier snow on Tuesday for Stevens, but still it shouldn't be too bad at all. With rain on I-90. That snow level is going to be right around 38 to 3,900 feet, and I-90, of course, is below that. Rain-snow mix on Wednesday, and then it's pretty much going to be all rain for the mountain passes Thursday and Friday as things warm up. So right now, if you're planning on traveling into the Cascades, Tuesday afternoon would be your most difficult time, but even that isn't going to be too bad. It looks like it's going to be fairly easy to get over the mountain passes, but we wanted to throw that up for the travel impacts. If you stay below the 3,000-foot mark, you're mostly going to be dealing with rain. Not too bad. And whatever snow they're going to get on Monday, not much at all. Just enough to make things a little dicey, but you should be fine. From the National Weather Service, we're going to deal with clouds again this morning, but the difference is they say we could see some gradual clearing later on this afternoon. We already have clear skies, and we've had, so we're going to hold to that. High of 37, a lot warmer than it has been. Look at the overnight lows now, because we're going to have clear skies in the evening hours. Be very nice, but cold. 19 for the overnight low tonight. As we get going on Friday, we'll have sunshine for the most part, but cooler. High of only 35. Into the teens we go again for the overnight low Friday night into Saturday morning. Sunshine returns on Saturday. Going to be hanging around all day. We'll be lucky to get just above the freezing mark on Saturday. 19 for the overnight low. Again, lots of sunshine. Clouds begin to come in on Sunday. That big ridge of high pressure is going to start gradually moving away overnight Saturday. For most of the day on Sunday, that will allow clouds to come in. And then we start seeing precipitation, warmer temperatures finally for the Wenatchee Valley. Slight chance of some light snow on early Monday morning and early Tuesday morning as the snow level drops down to near the valley floor, but there's really not a lot of precipitation. Whatever we get on Tuesday and Tuesday night, whatever snow we get is going to switch over to rain. As you can see, the overnight lows will be considerably warmer, as is the afternoon highs. So a little bit of light snow possible early Monday and early Tuesday morning. We'll have to wait and see. We'll know more by this time tomorrow. It's 7 minutes after the hour. If you're ready for the news, I'm ready to give it to you, but you're going to have to wait 1 minute. Then we'll have your headlines on this Thursday morning. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
.30 degrees like it has been for about the last, 18 hours or so. But we're going to see some sun breaks, they tell us, this afternoon. That would be nice. Highs will be in the upper 30s. Quite a bit of sunshine, clear skies for the next couple of days. And we finally get a little change in the weather come Sunday and Monday. It's 9 minutes after the hour. Wenatchee Valley's mayors and housing officials gathered together at the local events center at the Pybus Public Market yesterday morning. They were taking part in what's called the Discussion of Homelessness. It was hosted by the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce. The city of Wenatchee, as you know by now, are now hosting 2 safe park areas where people who are living out of their vehicles have a safe place to live in. And the focus yesterday was on how residents can help people living without shelter, getting them in touch with the resources that they need.
I think if you're in a position to speak to someone who's in crisis and experiencing homelessness, helping them call the coordinated entry hotline. I was talking to a woman who was near the Bridge building, the Confluence Health building, visiting my dad, and she asked us for cigarettes, and I asked her what she needed, and I talked to her a little bit, tried to get her to let me call the hotline for her. Like, you can do that. There's also the hotline. The intake is also virtual, so you could help them. I've done that a number of times. I have a phone, and you might not have a phone, but I do. I can help you get connected. So if you're in that position, that's one thing you can do. But I think the biggest thing, and it's free because it's up here, is just to remember to think about this issue with kindness and with humanity.
A safe park doesn't solve all of the problems. A mental health facility, if we were to be able to get that up and going, wouldn't solve all of the problems. Pallet shelters aren't going to solve all of it. But we do know, I think we do know, that we need a little bit or a lot of bits of all of those things. We lost one in East Wenatchee. We had a program in East Wenatchee where they were serving 50 to 70 people a day just to come in and hang out for the day and get off the streets, get out of the weather, have a place maybe to come in and take a shower, make a phone call, those types of things. And we're losing some services. We need to gain some of those things back.
It's not easy, so I think to stay involved and support your elected officials the best that you can. They're trying to make really difficult decisions but this 10 years ago when I became mayor, if you said that I would be doing this today, I would have thought you were crazy. But you also can't usurp your responsibility because this is the problem of the day. You can't say, well, I was elected to do this. I wasn't elected to do. We're doing it the best we can, just like all of you are. So just support us the best you can, and that goes a long way as we're trying to make these really difficult decisions.
An unoccupied mobile home in Moses Lake destroyed by fire. This happened late Tuesday night. The Grant County Fire Marshal's office said the cause of the fire remains under investigation, but the double-wide mobile home has apparently been unoccupied for quite some time. The fire was in the 4400 block of Jackie Drive. That's just north of the Home Depot in Moses Lake. The home was fully engulfed by the time Grant County Fire District 5 firefighters arrived. The home is a total loss. Well, it's been a while, but the Washington State Tree Fruit Association's annual convention will return to Wenatchee in December. It'll feature a keynote address from NFL Hall of Famer and former Congressman Steve Largent. The Northwest Hort Expo, December 5th, 6th, and 7th at the Wenatchee Convention Center, is designed to address the latest trends, challenges, and hot topics within the tree fruit industry. Largent is, of course, a former Seattle Seahawk wide receiver. He's going to speak during the opening day about his experiences in sports and politics and how it's possible for rivals to work together to achieve a common goal. The Tree Fruit Association said the expo will be expanded to accommodate more vendors at both the Wenatchee Convention Center and at the town Toyota Center. And Dusty's In-N-Out, that iconic restaurant in North Wenatchee Avenue, which closed unexpectedly and rather abruptly last month, is going to soon reopen under new ownership. The owners of the Wild Huckleberry family of restaurants announced on social media that they're going to take over the operation of Dusty's. The new ownership's current restaurants includes the Wild Huckleberry on South Mission Street here in Wenatchee, the Huck at the Pybus Puppet Market, and the Big Y Cafe in Peshastin. Owners Eric and Angie Decker have not yet announced if there will be different menu options when Dusty's reopens, or when it reopens for that matter. Dusty's In-N-Out has been around since 1949 when Betty and Dusty Rhodes opened it in that same location. And that's what's making news at 14 minutes after the hour. It's been a busy week, and we still got a couple of days to go in the newsroom, but we'll have a newscast for you tonight at 5, at 6, and at 10. And with the preview of the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, we will bring you our latest Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Breezy and a bit warmer in our Thursday weather forecast, with cool temperatures expected again this weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom will have the latest on area high school, college, and pro sports action. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope you'll join us then. Dan?
Appreciate it, Grant. Don't forget, you can also watch our newscast online via our website or on our Facebook page. We have it up and running right around 5 o'clock, so you're not locked into those television broadcast times. And at the bottom of the screen are the ways you can get a hold of us, including our Facebook page, our email address, and our home page. When we come back, the Wenatchee Wild on a winning streak, the Kraken not, and Gonzaga took one on the chin. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
The holiday season is coming up quick, and life can get hectic. Let Merry Maids help simplify yours. You expect a lot, and Merry Maids delivers more. They'll make your home or business sparkle for holiday parties, special events, and family gatherings. They'll customize the cleaning to fit your needs and your budget. Merry Maids are cleaning experts. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. Best of all, your satisfaction is always guaranteed. Visit online, merrymaids.com, and call for a free estimate. Then you can relax. It's done.
So what am I looking at here?
That is what great power looks like.
Tell me more.
It's called hydropower. Hydropower uses water and gravity to generate electricity. Since the fuel for hydropower is water, it has zero emissions and it's renewable. It also works when it's not sunny or windy. And it's the cheapest power we can make.
So it's clean, renewable, reliable, and affordable? And hydropower is all four?
Only hydropower is all four. And you can learn more about it at the Chelan PUD Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam.
"16 minutes after the hour, guess who has a 3-game winning streak? The Wenatchee Wild. Nicely done over Salmon Arm. The final was 3-1. Wenatchee scored all 3 of the goals that they needed in the first period right out of the box. Luke Weinlitz started the scoring barrage just 3 minutes into the contest. Austin Droughty has the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
He cannot get it out. Shadowing him is Murray into the corner. Stolen by Murray. Tough angle try. No. Second chance. Pinballed wide. Near corner, Murray got his own rebound. Plays it out to the blue line. McCluskey with a chance. Rattles it home. They score. McCluskey with the initial shot. The Wild have the first goal tonight. It's 1-0. Weiland with the tip and the tally. They've got power play goals in 8 of the last 10, make it 9 of the last 11. Right out front corner of the face-off circle, left half. Berger bangs it in, 2-0 Wenatchee. They'll take over that 8th place spot. Driving down the right wing near the wall, Weiland looking to get it toward the net. Pushes the shot on, a tough angle, and it's turned aside. Second chance doesn't get there. Weiland left corner, punches it in behind the net. Looking to set up Somoza, right wing circle. Salmon Arm was ready for it that time. McCluskey, right point, he scores! Shot from the right point, was it tipped again? Was it Weiland again? It's 3-0 again! Luke Weiland, a tip and a tally, he's got 2 of them. 3-0 Wild. Weekend of New Year's Eve, that Friday and Saturday night. Face-off won by Salmon Arm. Curling chance on the post. No, the rebound out front. And Reed Varconi pops it into the top half of the net to make it 3-1. Right point. Wrist shot is blocked. Weiland blocks it out of the zone down to 5 seconds. We'll let the crowd tell you the rest is the Wild gonna win it.
With the victory, the Wild are now in 8th place. They moved ahead of Merritt in the BCHL's Interior Division. Wenatchee will be on the road to try and extend their current winning streak. They'll be in Cranbrook Saturday to take on the Bucks at 7 o'clock. They won 5 games in a row, but not anymore. The Seattle Kraken are on a 2-game losing streak. Back on the ice tonight at Climate Pledge Arena. Here come the Rangers from New York City. Coach Dave Haxtell says they need to generate more on the offensive end.
You know, we have to do a little better job, offensively. Just in terms of the things that we're doing. We haven't generated quite as much in the last couple games from the inside, and if you get perimeter, against this group, you're gonna have a tough time beating the goaltender. So, the Rangers they're not giving up a whole lot. I think everybody, probably credits them a lot for some of their offensive abilities, but they've checked pretty well and been pretty tight defensively. So, that's it's going to be upon us to be good, to be hungry, to be on the inside, to find some of those opportunities.
Kraken and the Rangers, they'll drop the puck at 7 o'clock tonight. You can watch it on Root Sports Northwest. The Gonzaga Bulldog men's basketball team, holy moly. Texas did a real number on them. The 11th ranked Longhorns made 13 3-pointers. It was a rout. 93-74. Texas made a run towards the end of the first half. The Bulldogs never recovered. Drew Timme led the way for the Zags. He had 18 points. Julian Strother, 13 points. Zags will take on fourth-ranked Kentucky. That'll be at the Spokane Arena Sunday at 4:30 on ESPN. The Wenatchee girls volleyball team heading off to Yakima, the gateway to Moxie. They have an early morning date in the 4A volleyball tournament tomorrow. They take on Kennedy Catholic at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Wenatchee trying to win its first trophy at the state tournament since they won the championship back in 1983. In fact, a Panther victory against an opponent in Yakima would be the first time they won a match at state since 1991. Wenatchee will face either Comican or Mount Rainier at 2:15 or 4:15 tomorrow afternoon. West Valley's first-round opponent is Camas. That's tomorrow morning at 8:45. Ephrata begins its quest for a fourth trophy in school history. The 2A tournament is tomorrow, also in Yakima. The Tigers will take on Columbia River tomorrow morning at 10:45 in the Sundome, and then Ephrata will take on either Enumclaw or North Kitsap at either 5:45 or 8:45 tomorrow night. Okanagan plays in the semifinals of the State 1B, 2B girls soccer tournament tomorrow. They'll be at Renton's Memorial Stadium taking on Highland at 5 o'clock. St. George's and Kalama will play for the other semifinal. The losers of tomorrow's games will play Saturday at 1 for third and fourth place. The winners will play at 5 for the championship. Kashmir gets a couple more days to practice before their quarterfinal game of the State 1A tournament. They'll take on New Sac Valley Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock at Civic Stadium in Bellingham. Royal will host Montesano, earlier in the day at 1 o'clock. After a first-round bye, Okanagan takes on Onalaska. That's Saturday at noon. And the 2B quarterfinals leave off the field at the Apple Bowl. And Liberty Bell will travel all the way to Tenino for its 1B quarterfinal game. That's against Mossy Rock. That is 1 o'clock Saturday on ESPN. I'm just kidding. ESPN will not be televising that game. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 23 minutes after the hour, on the 17th day of November, I could have chosen for the obscure holiday Use Less Stuff Day. It's also National Rural Health Day. It's National Homemade Bread Day. It's National Take a Hike Day. It's National Baklava Day. But today, it's about philosophers. The importance of philosophy in our lives. Philosophers. I read a little bit of it. It's not over my head. I got interesting facts about great philosophers. The Greek philosopher Anaximander was one of the first people ever to realize that the earth couldn't possibly be flat. It had to be round. He figured that out in 500 BC. He was pretty smart, ahead of his time. Socrates, one of the most famous philosophers ever, was considered really ugly. These are some of the things you come up with. Ludwig Wittgenstein threatened a visiting colleague with a poker from the fireplace when they got together in 1946. My favorite philosopher story may be this. Kurt Gödel starved himself to death. He refused to eat because he was convinced somebody was trying to poison him. So he stopped eating and he died. Philosophers. That's what I got for you today. It's 24 minutes after the hour. Today in history. This is the anniversary of one of the most famous football broadcasts ever. Or not, really. November 17th, 1968. The AFL's Oakland Raiders taking on the New York Jets at the Oakland Coliseum. And if you were on the east coast of the country, the football game was bumping up at 7 o'clock Eastern, and that's when the movie Heidi was supposed to be shown. And, well, the day after this game was played, the Huntley-Brinkley Report on NBC will tell you exactly what happened.
Last night, somebody in the vast reaches of the NBC network didn't get the word, as in the Army. The result was that football fans by the thousands were roused to a cold fury, and some probably haven't cooled down yet. At 7 o'clock last night, NBC was carrying the pro game between the New York Jets and the Oakland Raiders. There was 65 seconds of playing time left. At 7, NBC had scheduled a 2-hour special program for children, a dramatization of Heidi. It was decided Heidi should wait a couple of minutes until the game was over. But somehow that decision never reached those who were pushing the buttons. So the football game was cut off the air a minute before it ended, and Heidi was started. The football fans erupted. There were 10,000 phone calls of complaint to New York NBC alone. So many the telephone switchboards blew out their fuses. NBC apologized for the error, but by then Oakland had scored 2 touchdowns in the last minute, had beaten New York. The game was over. The fans who missed it could not be consoled. Well, here is the last minute as it would have been seen last night if somebody at NBC had got the word.
Monica to Charlie Smith. Smith is hitting and he scores! What a game! They squib this one to prevent a run back. Well, Christie fumbling it around. He fumbles the ball. And Oakland has it for a touchdown. Oakland has scored 2 touchdowns in 9 seconds. And that's it. The final score, Oakland 43, New York 32.
It got to be so bad that when people phoned NBC to complain and couldn't get through because the switchboard fuses were blown, they started calling the police and threatened to blow their fuses. Good night, Chet.
Good night, Dave. Good night for NBC News.
And finally, television history on this date in 1978, November 17th, CBS broadcasts the Star Wars Holiday Special, featuring the original cast of Star Wars alongside B. Arthur, Art Carney, Diana Carroll, Harvey Korman, and the Jefferson Starship. Apparently these people needed the money. It's considered by most people perhaps the worst television show ever broadcast. It has never been officially released of any kind in home video. Every once in a while it pops up on YouTube or a video sharing site, but Disney's really good. And as soon as they find it up on the web, they take it right back down again. The Star Wars Holiday Special ranked number 1 in the worst television special of all time. Real quickly, we'll go through some birthdays. Rock Hudson, born Roy Harold Shearer, born in the state in 1925, became the first celebrity to die of AIDS in 1985 at the age of 59. Martin Scorsese, I love his movies. You should too. He is 80 years old today. A couple of people are 78 years old today. Let's see, Danny DeVito, 78 years old today. Of course, he's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Great show there. Also 78, they share the same birthday, Lorne Michaels, the executive producer and the creator of Saturday Night Live, and Mr. Met himself, Tom Seaver, was born in this state in 1944. We miss Tom Seaver, one of the greatest pitchers ever. Still to come, my conversation with the good folks putting on SpongeBob SquarePants. They're doing it again tonight at the Wenatchee High School Auditorium. First things first, though. Oakland the dog needs a home. It's Pause for Pets.
Hi there, my name is Nicole Laudermilk. I'm the shelter coordinator here at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Here we have Oakland. He is about 3 years old. He's a Husky Shepherd mix. Oakland, can you sit? Yes. He's working very hard on how to be a good boy and with sitting and trying not to jump so much. He's doing well with his leash work. He needs a little bit of a brushing. His winter coat is coming in quite nicely. Come here, Oakland. Oakland, sit. Yes. He's very good at sitting. He likes to do a cute thing where he raises his paw. Not really sure what that's about, but it's a nice little cute characteristic about him. Unfortunately, Oakland has to go to a home where he is the only pet, but he is willing to work with you if you are willing to put in the time with him. If you are interested in adopting Oakland, he is ready to go home today. Come on down to the shelter and ask for a meet and greet with him. We are open from 11 to 6. We're open 6 days a week. We are closed on Wednesdays. We do close from 1:30 to 2:30 for our quiet hours so that they can kind of rest and relax before doing some more meet and greets.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
This could be the view out of your office window.
North Central Washington is probably one of the most beautiful places to live, and you get to experience it all as a transit operator.
Link Transit coach operators enjoy full family benefits, paid CDL training, a state-of-the-art fleet, and the satisfaction of being part of a progressive, community-minded team.
We have a lot of fun with each other. I mean, it's a good group of people. We're all kind of like a family.
If you like this view, Link has a seat for you. The next operator training starts soon. Apply today at linktransit.com.
Mike, Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, Liz Cheney, whether you like her or not, that woman is an inspiring example of the courage it takes to do what's right, even when it costs you personally. She has spoken the truth in calling out Donald Trump as a threat to the democracy of this republic, and yes, he is. And her voting to impeach Donald Trump, which went against the grain of the Republican Party, which she says has become a cult of personality, and her action was heroic. Now, we need more people like her on both sides of the political spectrum. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
50 years ago, a group of visionaries saw a need to provide high-quality health care to every member of our community,
regardless of age or income.
Today, Columbia Valley Community Health has grown to provide medical,
dental,
and behavioral health care through a network of facilities and a mobile clinic that serves patients in remote locations.
For 50 years, we have been offering quality care to all,
and we will continue to do so
for 50 more.
We are CVCH,
and we are here with you.
How much are you paying for adult, family, or assisted living? Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living offers one-bedroom apartments for one affordable price. Their rates are all-inclusive, no nickel or diming or sudden increases, just one set price. You or your loved one will receive good food and excellent care in a relaxed, home-like environment. Stop on by for a tour to see if the Epladolin family is the right choice for you.
Family-owned and operated Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living in Cashmere. Affordable care.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
ColorFX has moved their shop to a larger location to expand their services, including adding in a state-of-the-art large format printer. They got it. You need banners? They got them. You need vinyl decals for your cars, trucks, vans, or trailers in just about any size? Yeah, they got it. ColorFX has also been providing fun swag and clothing for local churches and high schools around our valley for decades. Support your local print shop. Call ColorFX in Cashmere today.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. We can move this
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Green Motion is Central Washington's home for affordable e-bikes. They carry 5 models of Class 2 e-bikes, including folding models that fit right in the trunk of your car, and full-size mountain bikes with front suspension. All e-bikes include 5 levels of pedal assist and a throttle, allowing you to travel up to 30 miles with ease. The USB port can charge cell phones and other electronics right from your bike. You fell in love with your first bike, now fall in love again with a new Green Motion e-bike, located in the Mills Brothers building on the corner of Palouse and Wenatchee Avenue.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're here in the at Wenatchee High School Auditorium on odd-numbered years. It's relegated simply to the folks here at Wenatchee High School. I'm talking about their annual fall musical. On even-numbered years, it's the Wenatchee School District as a whole.
The all-district musical.
The all-district musical, and certainly enough, be it even or odd, they always find the oddest guy they can to direct it. And sure enough, Paul Atwood fills that bill back again.
For 20-some years.
I was going to say, how many of these have you done?
Yeah,
Either.
I don't remember the exact amount.
Well, let me start out with this.
I'm not one of those people like, I keep track of everything.
Between the school district and music theater and everything else, how many shows have you directed, you think? Probably 100?
Yeah, maybe.
Going back to early 90s, I want to say?
Yeah.
Paul Atwood joins me. SpongeBob SquarePants.
I graduated from WSU in 91. I came back here, and Pam Cole and Dan Jackson put me to work.
I love those guys.
I became their right-hand man.
I miss Pam.
And now I'm here.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
I'm 54 years
You're 54.
old.
I am moderately familiar with the cartoon. Let's talk about, first of all, the genesis of, it's 2022, it's the all-district musical.
Just moderately?
Aware of SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm more of a Patrick guy myself.
Okay.
So the decision had to be made. You pitch it to the school board for money and stuff like that. It's an even numbered of years, so it's a school district musical, so you have to take that into consideration.
Oh, yeah.
How does SpongeBob SquarePants end up being chosen as this year's musical?
Well, I'm usually abreast of what is happening on Broadway. And back in 2017, this was on Broadway. And it got a lot of critically acclaimed, a lot of Tony nominations and stuff. And it was an interesting musical that is family friendly. I mean, it tells a really optimistic story on life, and there's a volcano that's going to erupt in Bikini Bottom, and all the different dynamics of what a society does of doomsday happening, and then of course in the end, SpongeBob saves the day.
So that's the Broadway musical. What's the big difference between what we're going to see here at the auditorium over the next few weekends?
There's not any difference at all.
It's the same.
You're going to get Broadway caliber
Is
here.
it the same story, I guess, is my question.
It is the exact same story.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of music.
A lot of music by different artists. They went to a lot of different people and said, can you write music for, this is the premise of the story. This is what we'd like to write a song for. So you have artists like Sarah Bareilles, Cyndi Lauper, David Bowie, John Legend, Steven Tyler. I mean, the list goes. Lady Antebellum. The list goes on, and it's weird. 90% of the music that was written really fit into the story, and people really enjoyed, writing music for SpongeBob, because they're fans of SpongeBob. And so you're going to come and you're going to see really fun music that it's all what do you call it? I don't know what I'm saying. It's like a typical musical.
Okay.
You're going to experience all different kinds of music.
Right. All the motions, everything like that.
All the different, yeah.
This is the all-district musical. You got kids who are 5 years old, and you got kids who are 18 years old, oftentimes in the same scene at the same time. What are the challenges as a director to direct people with that wide an age group in difference? I mean, how do you do that?
It's interesting. Some of the young ones, it's like a little bit like herding cats. The older ones, of course, have experienced. We live in a great town that exposes theater to kids at a very young age, and they have all these opportunities to get involved in things like short Shakespeareans and stage kids and the community theater, and of course these dance people that Fabulous Feet and stuff like that. All these places and are cultivating what I get to work with here on stage.
You mentioned dance, a lot of choreography, a lot of movement. There's not a lot, in fact, the entire play, there's always something going on.
And Jennifer Devereaux's the main choreographer.
Fantastic. But that's the one thing that people are going to notice. There's a lot of action, a lot of movement, very colorful.
And you're visually stimulated all times. So if you bring your child or whatever that's age 3 or 4 or 5, they're probably going to be
They'll be entertained.
Entertained.
Right.
And not, wondering,
What are the challenges of doing this show that takes place entirely underwater?
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I did Little Mermaid a few years ago. That was one of an all-district musical. When you pick an all-district musical, you really have to put your thinking caps on, and Kelly's really great at that too, my wife, like how to incorporate, as many characters as possible. And SpongeBob really incorporate. You can add a whole bunch of stuff from Bikini Bottom. So.
A couple of days ago, our good friend, a mutual friend of ours, Mike McNaughty, interviewed a couple of the leads.
Yes.
And I'll be interviewing a couple of other different folks.
His granddaughter's in this show
is in this
too.
as well. In fact, I saw Marie backstage just a little bit ago. So Mike interviewed a couple of the leads. I'll be interviewing a couple here in just a couple of minutes.
Yes.
Talk about real quickly, Paul, the casting process. Because the leads are basically the older kids who can remember their lines, know their marks.
Most of them.
Right.
I mean, there are a few younger ones that have leads too that you really have to kind of bump up their game and rise to their level.
So talk about the two kids real quickly that I'm going to be interviewing here in just a couple of minutes.
You're going to introduce Gabe and Savannah.
Okay.
One of them's playing Plankton, the evil one.
Right.
Who wants to destroy Bikini Bottom and can't wait for the volcano to erupt and stuff. And the other one is the whale that is Mr. Crab's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's played by Savannah, and she's funny. These kids have an amazing voices. That is another thing that people are gonna be like, oh, I can't believe that. Well, you've seen these shows.
Sure.
Every time is like, I can't believe that they can pull that off. And we do.
Speaking of pulling this off, and we have to give, and I always do this when I have you on, Paul, when we got here and we're setting up our cameras and everything, there's a lot of kids here in costume, warming up, getting into character, getting ready to do a full dress rehearsal, which is going to be happening here in just a few minutes. But it's also swimming with parents, lots of parents, construction,
and not just parents that have kids involved. I mean, we're talking about parents and people from the community that just enjoy doing this. I mean, I would say that 50% of my production crew don't even have children that are in the show.
That's fantastic.
I know.
So let's give those folks, before we take a break, let's give the folks that you don't get to see on stage all the love that they deserve. I'm talking about the tech crew, costumes, sound, the sets are phenomenal. Send them some love, Paul.
Yes, thank you. We can't do this show. We can't do these shows in this way without this help. I'm so appreciative. I mean, I'm so lucky. I mean, every time it's like I ask people to help out, and they're sure. What can I do? And I'm glad I live in a community like that. It's gonna make me cry because that's what it's all about.
I agree 100%. Give us the rundown on the show dates. Now, this is airing on Friday, so there's a show tonight.
No, it's airing on Thursday.
It's airing. No. I mean, this interview is airing.
This interview? Sorry.
Yeah, it's interviewing. it's airing soon. Anyway.
Okay.
So, not counting up this upcoming weekend, this is going to be one more weekend of shows.
Yes.
Tickets are available on. I went to your Facebook page.
Okay,
There's a link to it there.
Like in the past, a lot of our tickets were sold through the Performing Arts Center. Mm-hmm. Well, now we have to go through the district office now.
Right.
So you go to
it's an online portal.
WenatcheeHighSchoolPresents.com.
Okay.
And that's how you get your tickets.
What I did is I went to the Facebook page, and there's a link there too.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So.
Good. And or you could buy them at the door.
Okay.
I think. If it doesn't sell out.
And it will. Don't take your chances. Paul Atwood making his very first appearance, by the way.
Yes.
On Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's nice meeting you, Paul. And when we come back, the aforementioned two people involved in SpongeBob SquarePants will be joining me. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, and we'll be right back.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
Welcome back to the program. The all-district musical this year for the Wenatchee School District is SpongeBob SquarePants. You already heard from Paul Atwood, and I apologize for that. Introduce yourselves to our television family. Ladies first, please.
Okay. I'm Savannah Webb, and I play Pearl in SpongeBob. Yeah.
I'm Gabe Kimmel. I play Plankton, and I'm a senior here.
And Gabe, I interviewed you last year for the Wenatchee School District musical, which I forgot what it was already.
Frozen.
That's right. And
Yep.
you were the heavy in that one. You played the bad guy. You got to chew up a lot of scenery. Same deal. You're the heavy again this year.
Mm-hmm. I sure am.
So are you being typecast as the bad guy?
I think I am, and it's great. It's so fun.
So this is the all-district musical. So you've got kids from kindergarten on up, which is not the same as Frozen as last year when you're working with your peers. How's that going? I know you've only had one dress rehearsal, but how's that going working with 5 and 6 year olds as opposed to 15 and 16 year olds?
It's great. I mean, it's almost surprising how well they can all lock onto a part and sing and perform, and it's
for sure. Yeah, they really thrive. I think they're all really excited to come back from COVID and perform. I think they're just so happy that we're doing this again.
When you were in first, second, third grade, were you on stage? I mean, were you doing this? Okay.
Oh yeah. My first show was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and I think that was back in early teens of 2014, I want to say. Around there, but yeah, I loved doing the all districts.
My niece Carly was in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
That's great.
She was one of the female leads back then. Yeah.
Fun.
So you were just a little kid.
I was. I think I was third grade, second grade maybe. Yeah.
So talk about you're a whale in this, although you don't look like one, I might say. Can you hold your breath for an hour and a half? Like a real whale? Okay.
No, unfortunately, no, I can't. I wish, though. That would be great for singing if I could hold my breath for that long.
When you auditioned, was it, I want this role, or I'm going to audition, and I have a pretty good idea I'm going to get a role because I've been doing this forever, and I don't care what Paul gives me?
You know what? I came in so open-minded. I was happy to have anything because, again, the pandemic, I just really missed performing. And so I just came in, and I think that almost made it easier to audition, was not having any expectations at all. So I just came in wanting to enjoy what was happening.
Second question, you're an old, even though you're a senior in high school, you're an old pro in theater. You probably know you're going to get a part and you're going to get a significant role. Did you care? Again, same question. Did you care where Paul put you on stage as long as you got a role?
As long as I got a role, not particularly. I mean, I had an inkling I might get this character just based off of what I got last time. But all the characters in SpongeBob are just so fun and entertaining that I was happy to be anything.
For the second year in a row, you're in a musical that you are familiar with because you grew up with Frozen as a movie and SpongeBob SquarePants as a cartoon. Does that make it easier because you know the characters and their mannerisms and all that stuff?
I think so. I mean, it's fun to see stuff that I know become a musical and especially one that I can perform in. So I think so. It's exciting and it's fun to have cartoony character that I can kind of copy on stage or
Definitely,
take ideas.
definitely nostalgic.
Yeah.
I think for sure.
So did you both watch SpongeBob growing up, or do you still watch SpongeBob for that matter?
You know, I watched it as much as I could. My mom did not like the show. She was annoyed by it having it on, but yeah, we would watch it sometimes at school even, and yeah, it was just
Your
fun.
mom is a wonderful, wonderful human being. Do you each get to do a lot of singing? How much singing's going on with you two?
Oh, yeah.
Probably you should go first.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I love the songs that I've been given to sing. I think they're really portray the character really well, and yeah, they're just amazing. I think Paul was talking to you about how they were all done by different artists. It's just really, the music in this musical is just really, really well written.
When Paul talks to me, I usually just tune out. It's like, boy, I sure like apple pie, stuff like that. Paul is a high energy guy, but as we talked and the challenges that Paul had to do, he's also got to deal with kids who are 5 and 6 and 7 years old and kids who have been up and down on the grease paint for years and years. He talked about the challenges of that. What are the challenges of working with kids? It's okay. I mean, most of them pretty much know what they're doing.
For the most part. I mean, you got to be careful with little kids and 15-foot high set, but there hasn't been any major issues that have arisen there. I mean.
Yeah, and I think we have amazing cast management, like so many parents, and they're just amazing, and we're really appreciative of them and their help because it wouldn't go on without them.
Is there a couple of kids that you're dealing with now who might be, say, 7 or 8 years old, and you can pull them aside and say, you're pretty good. If you want to keep doing this, you're going to be up on this stage in 10 years as the lead?
It's kind of crazy to sit back and watch them, just like almost seeing like myself in their shoes, because some of them it's their first show, and just like recognizing that they have their whole life ahead of them and that they're probably going to keep doing this for the rest of their school experience. So I think it's just surreal.
What's it like backstage 5 minutes before curtain? What's going on back there?
Chaotic.
Panic.
Honestly, everyone's doing their shakes, trying to get nerves out. I mean, set pieces going everywhere. I love the energy. It's definitely adrenaline rush, but it is very chaotic.
Same question. What's it like backstage right before the curtain goes up?
It's the best. It's the best feeling ever because it's that most tension, and when you get on stage, you're like, I know what I'm doing. I'm relaxed, but that right there is like the biggest hurdle, I think, in theater to kind of get over that, because you're like, oh, my stomach's hurting and I'm forgetting all my lines, and it's like, oh my gosh. But man, it's chaotic, but it sure is fun. You're a senior. What are you going to do next? And is theater always going to be part of your life from this point forward? Easily, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go off to college next year, and I'll be doing choir and theater and everything I can do, and it's. Theater's my whole life, and so it's very. Do you know where you're going? To me. Have you picked a school? Have they picked you? Well, not yet, but hopefully Western. Went on tour, it was nice. Okay. But yeah. Yeah, I would highly recommend going to Western Washington University, because that's where my brother teaches theater. Smart move there. Hey. What about you? You're just a junior. You got a little time.
I do.
Same deal?
I'm very grateful for the time I have left, because I feel like I'm not quite there yet, but I definitely do want to do something in music, just because, even if not going into a career, but just because I love it so much and I have so much of a passion for it. So yeah, definitely, for sure. SpongeBob SquarePants, the Wenatchee High School all-district musical, directed by Paul Atwood, Tammy Lupinski. I know how to pronounce her last name, and I just blew it. November 10th, 11th, and 12th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. What's going on after the curtains close on the 19th? Is there going to be a big whiz-bang 5-star party that you pulled it off? Oh, yeah. Lighting things on fire, fireworks, explosions everywhere. Oh, yeah, confetti. It's great. See it before they burn the joint down. And as we mentioned before, the tickets are available through the school district's portal. If you go to the Facebook page for this particular musical, it's super easy. There's a link there to buy your tickets, or you can buy them at the door, but why buy them at the door and take those kinds of chances? Break a leg. Do they still say that? They do still say that. Okay. Yeah, they sure do. Last time I told somebody to break a leg, they actually broke their leg. Oh, no. Yeah, well, that's why I have an ex-wife and not a wife. You're watching, good luck. Have a lot of fun. Thank you so much. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary seller's assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
At Prestige Senior Living, we celebrate life at every age. From our cognitive and fall reduction programs to our focus on life enrichment and wellness, we help our residents maintain independence while nurturing mind, body, and spirit. Residents also enjoy a wide variety of amenities and services, including restaurant quality dining, housekeeping, a full calendar of events, and so much more. To learn more or to schedule a tour, visit us at prestigecare.com or call the number on your screen. We can't wait to show you around.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
And we are back with a couple of minutes to go on this Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And just as promised from the National Weather Service, we are finally seeing a break from the low clouds and fog. It is still 30 degrees. It has been right at the 30-degree mark here in the Wenatchee Valley since 12:30 yesterday afternoon. Our high on Wednesday was 31. Our low was 29. That's the second day in a row we've had that happen to us. And it's all because the sun has not been able to pierce through the low clouds and the fog. That has been prevalent over the last couple of days because of that big ridge of high pressure. But things are starting to change. Beautiful view there from Badger Mountain, looking directly west towards the Wenatchee Valley. Wenatchee's within view there, but certainly not East Wenatchee. Up to the Bear Mountain camera, high above near the Bear Mountain Golf Course, pointed up to the lake, up towards Lucerne, Manson, Stehekin, Greens Knob. Beautiful view there. That cloud was much thicker and a little bit lower than it was an hour ago. It is starting to burn off and dissipate. You can even see a little bit of sunshine on the north shore of Lake Chelan. That's nice to see. And we're in for some sunshine. Look at that. Beautiful view from the Omri Gardens camera, looking up at Rocky Reach Dam and Lake Aniat and the mighty Columbia River. And a lot of the snow is beginning to dissipate a little bit. In fact, we're going to have some snow melt, but we're also going to have maybe even some snow overnight Monday night into Tuesday and overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. There's a slight chance of it anyway, but whatever happens, we'll be okay. A lot of people, of course, will be driving over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house for Thanksgiving. Coming up next week is, in fact, Thanksgiving is a week from today. I wanted to give you a quick little heads up on what can you expect on the mountain passes. I-90, for the most part, is going to be right at or slightly below snow level. So if you're traveling on Tuesday, it's going to be light snow, really not going to affect anybody on I-90. Then on Wednesday, probably more rain than anything else. And on Thanksgiving and into Friday, rain will be prevalent on I-90. As far as Stevens Pass is concerned, they could get some measurable snow on Tuesday and then light snow on Wednesday, and then switches over to rain on Thursday. So there is going to be some snow accumulations on the mountain passes, but really no significant amount of snow is expected up into the Cascades, because we're also going to warm up quite a bit. From the National Weather Service, let's take one more look at that forecast. We're on our way to a high of 37 degrees. Again, we're already starting to see some sunshine, which we haven't seen for the last couple of days. So that 37 would be nice, but it's still well below normal. Our normal high this time of the year, this date, is 43 degrees. Now, we are expecting clear skies tonight, no blanket. That means overnight lows in the teens, right around 19 or so. And then we're in for a couple of days of bountiful sunshine, but very chilly temperatures. Only 35 for the high on Friday and only 34 for the high on Saturday, because the overnight lows are going to be very cold in the teens. Things start changing a little bit on Sunday and then big time on Monday, with a chance of some light snow in the Wenatchee Valley early Monday morning and early Tuesday morning. And that's it for us. We will see you tomorrow to get your weekend going. Take care. Bye-bye.